Great. Good evening, good morning, good day, whatever part of the day it is for you, wherever you are in the world. I know that sometimes sometimes it is actually reaching globally, and we do sometimes have guests visiting the audience from all over the place. It's wonderful to see you here. Now, I am here as a solo at the moment because I know that Leanne has been able to spend the evening out for a dinner, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to join in or not at the moment. So, what you've got's me, and that's quite okay. I'm going to just put up some hellos there too. Hi, Tiffany. Lovely to have you here as well. We've got Shailene. Hello. Oh, gorgeous photo there. And Sarah, wonderful to see you here. I love that clover. As you know, I really do love that clover. I like lots of little emojis that just, a picture does say 1,000 words, doesn't it? And Trina, how are you? Look, I'm improving. It is improving. And Louisa, because most of you who are the regulars probably do realise I am actually, there it is. It's still in a sling, but instead of the cast, I've actually got a splint on now instead. So it's on the improve. I'm needing to actually be careful in not overdoing it because it's not ready to do much yet. It still is early days. It's only 2 weeks into its repairing, so I've got another 4 to go, which is a bit of a bummer. I still can't shuffle cards, so what I've done is a slightly different one from what you can see here. I'll show it to you, and as much as I tried to put some light onto the table, it's not worked very well. As you can see, I've got, it looks a bit dull, but that's how I've decided instead of shuffling them, I'll just take a pick out of the round, so to speak. So that's instead of shuffling, so that I don't need to do that. Oops, wrong way around that time. There you go. And good evening to you, Natalie. Great to see you here as well. So what I thought I'd just chat about just for a bit, because there are so many different ways of being able to, gain our guidance, I suppose, because I know, mostly as I was starting to move into the arena of looking for answers myself and searching, and, life was a bit of a challenge around the time of 2004. That seems to be the year that I'd started really getting into it. I went to a class and okay, now I may need to take a bit of time. Anyone that asks you to direct message or DM you or things like that, I'm just having to go back into the back end of our show. Don't respond to them because it is a spammer of some sort. They seem to be on a bot or something like that. Now I can't find where my show is going live in Be Live. Let me have a look. We're the 12th today, aren't we? 12th. No, wrong one. Live videos ended. I'm hoping it's not mine. Let me go and just refresh the screen. Sometimes the technical challenges can be a little bit interesting. So I might just have to shut that one next door. If we have a look, hang on. We've got to have a looky-see in a different way. You can certainly report and block or anything with people that you find are doing that. And yes, thank you so much, because it looks like someone has started to do that. I'm just going to double check and give feedback. Yeah, so someone's actually been doing it. Great. So thank you so much for that. And I'm just going through the full process of doing the banning and the hiding, because I am one of the account administrators on the account. So and we've gotten up to saying hello to Natalie and Kat. I can see that you're here. It's wonderful. Great to see you here. So Rashina, there you are. It's lovely to see you. Leanne isn't here at the moment tonight. She was going to try to get on via mobile if she could, if they'd had their dinner by the time. She's actually out for a dinner. So I think wonderful that she's been able to actually look after herself in spending time with family for a dinner out. You know, it's not always that often that we get to do that sort of thing, and especially these days if you don't know whether you're going to have lockdown or not. Luckily here in South Australia we're still reasonably okay with that, so that'll be good. So she may pop in or she may not. Look, it doesn't, you know, that's what we go with the flow, isn't it? Just for those who are, now I don't know that I did cross post tonight, just in case you might be, if I might have, make sure you're on the mytimetv.live page with Facebook, and there is the YouTube channel that's just Ros Boundy. If you search for Ros Boundy as a YouTube channel, make sure to actually subscribe and click the like or whatever the YouTube has with that too, and you'll actually get notifications if you click on their bell too. It's all very good, efficient systems we have with the technology we have now. So just make sure you follow up with some of those little pointers and you get the reminders every week. So, and Louisa, you say, oh, the next 4 weeks go quickly. Oh, so do I. I can't drive for 2 weeks yet, at least. So, look, it just, you know, body does heal, and it's just patience and not overdoing it. Good evening, Victoria. Now, we've got some questions coming in already, but I'm not quite doing them yet. Hey, cool. I've just got to wait. I've just noticed that Leanne has popped in, so we might be able to do something here. Yes, there she is. She's coming in.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
I'm good, thank you. Oh my God, that was a hassle.
What was the hassle?
Because I don't have Google Chrome on my phone, the app wouldn't let me go through.
You should be able to do it on Safari on an iPhone.
Yeah. Oh well, I haven't got an iPhone. I've got a Samsung. God, my hair's a mess. It's a bit breezy out here.
So where are you enjoying your dinner?
I am here at the GE Hotel in
wow.
Little Hampton. So we're sitting outside. There's supposed to be a band tonight. Well, no, there was supposed to be a DJ tonight, not a band, but apparently they've moved it inside. So I haven't heard any music as yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So you're enjoying your evening, though?
Well, yeah, it was a bit like getting tea, but it was very yummy. The old spare ribs.
I do. The pork spare ribs or a beef spare rib?
Pork. They are to die for.
That's good. No, that's good. So what about... Oh, I was just going to say, what amount of screen do you actually get when you're on as the guest on a mobile phone? A very small one?
Very, very small. I don't feel like my head's fitting in it.
Yeah, your head's fitting in, but you probably need one of those selfie sticks to sort of get the distance back from it. Oh, and I just did that, didn't I?
That's it. So, no, it's like not even an inch square.
Yeah. So, have you finished your meal? You have finished your meal?
I finished my 15 minutes ago. Actually, I left my drink over there too. That's all right. No, I was very lucky to find a table that is with the drive-through behind me, but it's got lighting, so that's good. Worked perfect.
That's good. Now, I'm just going to put up some of the comments just to see if you can see them. Now, Carly has actually put, hello, I hope I'm well, which I did. And they're actually going, because I was having a bit of a chat around the lockdown type stuff. They're going into lockdown 11:59. So I know then from that Carly is actually in Victoria. That was the news. The latest news was lockdown for Victorians. So,
yeah.
So here's a question that's from Kat. Can you see all of that when it's on your mobile phone?
I can't see comments at all.
Well, you can't see the comments at all.
No, I'm just playing with it to see if I can bring them out.
Oh, that's all right. That's
It says
interesting.
you are live.
Because is this the first time we've done it where you're a guest on the phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Because I've used my app before, but to click on the guest link, it wanted to go through Google Chrome extension, but it didn't. My phone didn't have it on it. And then, of course, you've got to go through all the security questions. And then Facebook wouldn't let me in because I've got the two-step authorization and I needed a code.
Yeah, it's called 2FA. And sometimes it makes you wonder whether it's too fuck all.
I love it. Oh, that's funny.
I've got a leprechaun over my shoulder, I'm sure.
They're giving you the clip in the ear for swearing.
Yes, I can understand the frustration with having to set something up if you haven't already had it. I thought we'd done it before and that you was just ready to go and quick. So that's interesting to know.
I think I was too. And I thought, I've got 5-10 minutes to go. I'll get in, but it took a good 10 minutes to get it sorted.
I like some of these. Dee saying, I do have to just go into there somewhere. Oh, God. You know what? I can't see all of the comments in the background on our mytimetv.live. It's not letting me go. There is another troll on there. What do you want to call it? It's the second one already. Yeah, well, I'd like to say FA to them too, but I'm a lady. I can't say that.
I think I used language at 4 a.m. this morning when my phone was alerting to somebody going along putting comments like that.
Yeah, it's actually becoming quite a problem for many people on their pages. Don't know how to actually really nut it out. We're just going to have to sort something in some way. Who knows? Go through all the types of messages we're getting and say, ban the word or something.
Yeah.
Yes, they're changing them out. So very annoying. So please, anyone that's listening there, do not respond to anybody that's saying that message me type thing. Anyway, so what I was chatting about just as you were coming in, because I thought, well, I'll just get into chatting. The different ways that we can actually get our guidance. Are you hearing clearly?
Yeah, now I'm right. I pushed the earphones in a bit further.
Yeah, because there is a tiny little bit of background noise, but I think that's just conversation. So as long as you can hear clearly, I think that's probably fine.
Yeah. Just thinking, can I move any further away? I don't think I can. I'll go and sit in the middle of the drive-through and protest.
You can't do them out of their business. They had a penny.
So we come here to do our ghost paranormal stuff we have in the past. We're going to come back and do another one here. So
yeah. That'd be
I hate myself.
Oh, that'd be so much fun though. Yeah, I mean it is. I enjoy the paranormal evenings. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's good. I just nearly missed that. There's 4 questions there, so that's what I was looking at. Talia has mentioned Ros is human. Trina's got a comment there. You ladies are hilarious. I love how you both off one another, but we like it too.
We do. We've done it for years.
It actually has been going. Yeah, the friendship's been a while now. I can't remember what year it was.
It must be getting close to 10 years, huh?
Oh, actually, it could be, couldn't it? Yeah,
it would have to be up there, I reckon.
It was before I'd moved back to Meningie and all of that stuff, wasn't it? Yeah. There you go. So isn't it good?
Time flies.
Yeah. So what I was actually starting to just have a bit of a chat about is ways that we actually can get our guidance, and not just talking about the psychic senses. I was going to lead it into more the different things, the different tools that we use. Because guess what I found in my in a drawer when I was actually going to look for a different set of cards, and in the end I've just decided to use. Can you see this when I have the 3 screens here? Can you
Yes,
see the three cards?
Oh, yeah. I haven't got my glasses on, but I can see there's a circle of cards.
Yeah, it's the Lindemann deck. So I'm just going to drop that back out again. That's the second camera.
Yeah.
And when I was doing that and looking for what we've got, hi, Regina. She's saying hi to you.
Hello.
You probably don't see that, do you? No, you
No,
don't.
I'm not seeing any comments at all.
Yeah.
Only one here saying that I'm in here. I don't know where that came from.
Got no idea. I've only got the YouTube and the mytimetv.live page open.
Yeah.
So what I actually found was a few different tools. Have you seen this one? It's called Sphericals.
No, I don't think I have.
Shop stuff. And what it uses, and this is where it's going to be awkward, because it's a bag of, if you want bingo, it's a bag of balls with numbers on them.
Oh my God, that sounds like a conversation we were having over tea.
Was it? No, balls with numbers on them.
Well, no, it was more about sucking on bones.
No, but the bones. Guess what the other thing is that I found in my drawer?
A bag of bones?
No, close enough. Prunes.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I was almost going to, like, if you weren't able to join in, I thought, well, I'd get the bags out, which I did, and we could do a bit of a dig and a delve in them and see what they come up with. Lynn Marie Williams is, I think, saying hello as well, and she's here for the first time.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. And Kat's, isn't that bingo, a bag of balls with numbers? Well, yes, it is in the normal world. This one happens to be what's called sphericals. Oh, sphericals.
Love it.
I think what it is, you pick a number, you do your goodie bag thingy and you pick a number and it's got a mini guidebook that's to do with the cards and stuff. It has all of that stuff. Meanings, and it's business based. When I was starting to wonder about what did I want to do for my business, what direction did I want to go, I found it somewhere and decided to go with the flow and do that as part of my guidance mechanism.
Love it.
Yes. They were fun for a while, and then, you just move on to something else, which was the cards for me. I love the cards. Yeah. So I might just go to the top of the list so we can start answering some of the questions, because otherwise it gets too long. I'm not going to be staying on full hour tonight because I actually have a memorial service. It's going to be the first online memorial funeral service that I've actually been asked to join in with. So,
oh, wow.
A dear friend on a community that I've been involved with for several years, that she passed away suddenly. So that's how they're doing it. So I've just got Tiffany Hopkins here as the first one on the list who was asking for a card. Now, if I pull it up, Leanne, and it's the Sun card, if you feel into her energy and meditation or her, or what are you getting for Tiffany? I see a comment.
Yeah, no, I can't see it, but with her energy, I feel like there's a little bit of anxiety on at the moment. So whether you're sort of picking up on energy around you, or you need to stop and take a deep breath and just get the reference to energy is quite heightened around you, but it will steady down. So just breathe through it. Be patient with yourself at the moment.
And allow the masculine energy balance to reignite in the centre of your heart. Allow that gold healing energy of the sun to actually flow through all of your chakras and the energy centres out into the aura and further beyond. Because I think that's part of what's going to help you calm that and, calm the waters of that anxiety, those feelings. Just feel that beautiful warmth and energy of the sun energy. So, okay. So I can do that one. Thank you, Tiffany, for asking as well. And I'm just trying to find the next one that was there. That's right. Yeah, Rashina, she'd asked, where's Leanne? That's where I
Yep, I'm here at the pub.
And I had explained that, yes. So Dee is saying her husband didn't. Her husband? Gee, I've got tongue.
That's a new nickname for him.
Husby's a good one. Start to call him husby, Dee. Her hubby did an aptitude test today for a job. Will he get to interview stage and get the job, please? So
I do feel
asking about that.
And that has a good feeling to it.
And definitely with the young male energy, I think there's strength in that, and it's certainly a positive in getting that job. So absolutely. Now Victoria's next, and she'd absolutely love some guidance. And feeling super lost and confused around love. Have met a guy who I really like, and I'd love to know if he's the right one for me. Have been hurt and deceived in the past, so really hesitant about starting up again. Anything new. So
okay, so my feeling, honey, is that you need to open your heart up. You need to just be yourself, because I do get the walls are up there at the moment, and it is that feeling that this person is making you feel a way that you haven't felt for a very long time about somebody. So to me, it's the fear that's getting in the way. So try to remove all those blockages, that fear, and open yourself up, because you deserve happiness, honey. You've got to give yourself permission to have that.
And I think too, treating this relationship as if it is the cleansing with the birch broom. It's this sweeping what was the old away and putting it in the past, so that you're actually working on that and not bringing that as baggage into any new relationship. I'm feeling confident that whatever it is that you're choosing as a new relationship is in the right direction, and that you don't need to feel the fear. Certainly it's a natural reaction, some uncertainty, but step forward in it with confidence that you've done the right thing, let the path clean for a new relationship. I'm hoping that this isn't all that too noisy for people.
Yeah, maybe they could let us know if it's too noisy in the comments. I'm not sure where else I can go down on the road.
Yeah, no, look. I just saw Terry Purvis's there. How's your arm, Ros? Great, Terry. It's getting there, but I've got to be careful not to overdo it. I just thought I'd answer that quickly while. It looks like there doesn't seem to be any issue. No one said anything about that in
beautiful.
the list there yet. So,
seems to be getting a bit noisy around here, though.
Probably the more that they get a little bit looser after eating and drinking a bit.
Yes, definitely.
Now,
sorry, blowing smoke all over me now.
Oh, that's a bit. I know the feeling with that. I don't like the smell of cigarette smoke anymore. I can tolerate it for a little bit of time, but not anymore. Not much.
Yeah.
Pat has said, hi ladies, keen on guidance on the current love life. For Kat.
Look at communication. I get the reference to look at communication. So whether there's the need to open that doorway up a little bit more, I just get the reference to go with the flow, communicate, and everything will be fine.
Yeah. And the card that I just pulled is the mountains for you. So it's just a few challenges on it. And anything, if it comes too easy means it's not worth it in some respects, because you're not grounding yourself or the new prospect in the love life as well. So consider it very much in the realm of character building and strengthening what the relationship's going to be.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fair call on that one.
Yeah.
And Shailene is asking, what should I do in the way of career? She's lost and wanting to know what direction she should go in.
I actually want to put the study books in front of her. So to me, I get the feeling of looking at working around children or something to do with children. But I want to put the study books around your home.
Good heavens, the two cards that I got is the older woman and the birds. So it's communication. I think there's probably some rich advice to be attained from someone who is older, feminine, and being able to communicate what your desires are in a very in-depth way. And you'll probably get some guidance from that lady as well. So reach out, whether it's a mother or whether it's a relative or someone that you respect and would, have as good advice. Just have a chat with that person that you might have come to mind that you would like to chat with as well, and take into consideration what they have to say as well. It could be us. I don't know what age you are. Louise is saying, she was agreeing there's great meals at the GE. I don't know that I've actually...
There are. The meals over here are very yummy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my meals over here.
I'm just trying to scroll down very carefully because I don't want to flip past something. Zoe, might be related to Rashina. A similar name in there.
Oh.
Hi, ladies. Would I be purchasing a car this month?
A car this month, was that?
A car.
No, I don't feel this month.
I didn't feel it either.
It's going to be delayed a bit longer, huh?
Yeah, I think that's got to do with a bit with the, there's not the right stock that you're actually after in the country.
Yeah.
It's the delivery side of it, what I feel. Now, Rashina's actually asking, will I need to go for a procedure for my pain, or will diet help?
Diet.
I think it was a no for the first and yes for the second as far as the diet. Be careful what you're eating. Listen to your body really well when it comes to that. Sometimes I had actually used, and it looked a bit dumb, I know, but I'd use my pendulum and I'd sort of hide it there like that and stand in front of the various portions at the supermarket, as in if it was in front of the meat section, cheese section, chocolate section, I'd say, is this what I should be eating now? And wait for the pendulum to say yes or no. Looked a bit stupid, but that actually worked. It was local people, but they sort of knew I was a bit nutty anyway. But I tried it for a couple of months and it actually did work. I got used to tuning in and knowing what my body actually did want. So that might be a way. There's another tool to get some guidance. Use a pendulum.
Well, you do my trick. You give half your food to your friend's husband. That's what I did tonight. I was like, I got the biggest serve of the two, and I'm like, Steve, would you like this?
Oh, that's good.
It is nothing of him, so better on his hips than mine.
And it's funny, I know that Leanne Land has made this comment about 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. What's normal? But it certainly fits into what I just described as far as using a pendulum to do.
I love it.
Lynn Marie is asking, would love anything you see for me in general. So she's our newbie to this show. So.
Hello, Marie. Okay, honey, I want to put flowers around you. I just feel like I've got a older grandmother figure on Mum's side of the family around you, and I get the reference to the flowers. So whether she enjoyed her garden or you like being out in the garden with there's a strong smell of beautiful fresh flowers.
And I'm trying to get the flare off this one. At the moment, I've lost the neck.
I can't even focus on it without my glasses. I feel like I'm squinting.
Oh, look, I was only telling Tony yesterday I need to get my eyes checked because there was big letters in the doctor's surgery as a notice that was on the wall, and he was reading it out, and I looked around and said, oh, shit, I can't read that. It's fuzzy, and it should have been something I could easily read. So compass, that's also something that you should easily read, Lynn Marie. Tune into what direction you're needing to be going. And that's even with anything. When you have a thought, just allow your body to be your pendulum to be your compass, to actually find that direction of what is the right decision. And sometimes it can be as easy as like just facing the wind and feeling, how you feel the side of the wind, which is stronger, and you can actually level up to being directly into the wind because of its pressure. Do that same thing with what decisions you're making and what choices you've got, whether they're in the right direction. You sort of just stand and feel if your body's feeling steady and flat and straight. That's a non-commitment. But if you're being pushed back, I take that as a no. If it feels like you're being pushed forward, that's go in that direction. That's what it's meant for me over time. If you've got no other tool but to use your body for it.
Yeah.
So, have you done that before, Leanne?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it can work quite well.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Leanne with a question. Leanne Land, this is. Instead of just start saying normal, what's normal? She'd like to know if we see her selling and buying another home.
Yes, but I get the month of October around that, honey, so I feel like I'm more leaning towards later in the year than sooner in the year.
Yep, so that's good. I'm almost feeling like it's probably going to have a bit of crossover in the timing of, like, you might not sell yours first before you buy another. It just feels like there might be some bridging happening there too. So good luck with that. Cat, we've done cats. Did we do cats? Love Life? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we did. She had
did.
Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
And still at spammer now. Christy Waldron, she's asking for a reading. She needs one desperately. And straight under is one of the trolls messages, and I sort of think, well, do not respond to that one unless, of course, you want to be.
No, open that doorway. You'll keep them coming.
Is there anything that you would have you sensed for Christy?
What was the question, Hunter?
She's just wanting a reading desperately, so I would think that's a general one and whatever you thought. Christy,
I'm feeling her energy is a little bit unsettled at the moment, so I get the feeling that it's more about taking a step back, balancing yourself, honey, and look at the direction you're going in. What is your behaviours at the moment? So whether there's different patterns around you at the moment, I just get the reference to take the focus back within.
Yeah, and like with anything, it probably, as you can see, there's two bridges there. It gives you choice. Immediate steps can give immediate results, but are they the one you want? Is it going to mean that you probably need to bide your time and take that longer time before you decide? Yes, it's further in the background and looks a long way and even more difficult, but it could be by the time that time comes up that it's absolutely the perfect time and the crossing of that bridge, that choice is easier. So you need to be able to actually decide for yourself. And as Leanne said, choose your path, you're finding your direction. It could be there is a little bit of patience needed before you actually take that step. So it's almost intimating the same, isn't it? So, and Terry Purpose is keeping on finding buttons all of this week. Does it mean anything?
Yes. So Terry, who does the buttons remind you of? Who's the first person that comes into your mind? That's a pretty good sign, especially when you're seeing the pattern. I'm getting weird looks from young men over here. Not used to this. I think they must be drunk.
Yeah.
So, so the fact that you're seeing the patterns over and over, I would be looking at that, where your mind goes first up.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not getting anything around the buttons. Sorry, I was just distracted because I saw a difference in what is my time compared to what I've got on the back end of the B light. But that's all right. Sometimes that happens. Now, Dana, I'm not sure. Showy, if not this month, would it be March? Oh, that's a follow on from what the question was.
The car? Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I do feel.
I think that is good month. Yeah. Dana's asking, hey ladies, have we got a house? And is Taylor's vows okay? Now, I don't stuff, but I don't feel there's any issue there. The house.
Sorry, what was that about? I was just watching the lad that was smiling at me, driving off on his motorbike, and he was showing off to people down here trying to wave, and he nearly come off.
I thought I could hear a different motor there.
Yeah.
The motorbike. Yeah. From Dana Harris, has they got the house?
It does feel good, honey. Yes.
Yeah. And she's asked about Taylor's vows. Are they okay? Which I feel they're like they are. I don't see any issue. Although we don't do medical stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's something you're worried about and it's something that keeps persisting, get it checked out.
Exactly. And we've got Sonia here asking, do we see her and her boyfriend lasting for a long term?
I got yes with that.
No, I got different. That's interesting. And what goes through my mind is by long term, lifetime or a long term. Yeah, so I think probably
I get long term.
Yeah, that's probably why I had the no, but long term. Yeah. So with anything in relationship, enjoy what time you have with another person, learning and growing and spending time together that's worthy of spending time together. Just put into it. You get what you put into it, and learn and grow. And everybody changes, so hopefully the changing and loving together is really, co-beneficial. I'll put it that way.
That's it. Yep. So, Ros, I might just do one more question and then I might duck off because there's getting more and more people. And the smokers are gathering around me.
Yeah, look, that's all right. I'll just put Terry Purvis's buttons - my mum, which she said. So that's in the comments. It does bring up.
Trust that, Terry. Yeah, if that's where your mind goes. I always say people trust that stuff. If that's where your first thought goes, that's them with you at that time. I love it.
Yeah. Sonia just missed what we said. Well, might have to go back to the replay for that. So thank you so much, Leanne, for being here.
That's okay. Sorry, it's a bit short.
For the length of time. Look, we're blessed to have your company. Thank you so much.
I was going to go and hide in the car, but the car park's a bit dark.
Oh, yeah, no, look, I wouldn't do that. No. Look, it's fine how we've had it. Sometimes with the impromptu situations life has, it means we do sometimes need to compromise on quality. But it's not the quality of you, it's just the surroundings.
That's it. I couldn't believe my husband wanted to go out. So I wasn't going to say no to that.
Anytime I could.
I'd be out every night if I could.
Wonderful for you. Well, I probably wouldn't, but every second night, yeah.
You still get away sick of counter meals and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
good home cooked meal. I've got one of the best cooks that you can have for
that. You're spoiled.
We had pasta marinara tonight. Yum. Cheesecake, actually, home done cheesecake. So
yeah. My husband doesn't mind cooking, but it's the same thing over and over. Chicken with this or chicken with that.
Yeah. So Terry's saying thank you. Sarah's saying hi Leanne, but you're going to be bye.
Hello, Sarah.
All right. Louisa is saying bye, Leanne. See you later. See you next time. So thank you so much for joining in.
You're beautiful.
Continuing on just for a little wind up. So that's all right. Yeah. What have you coming up that you need to mention?
We've got the Fringe starting on Friday night. So opening night at the Fringe next Friday night. So now I've got my phone sorted out. I'll be right to get in on the way home in the car so Mum can drive.
Wonderful.
So that's kicks off Friday, Saturday for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah. And if you can, if you send me, or I'll get it off somehow anyway, so that next Friday I can at least have some of that promo stuff to put on the screen.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'll drop that to you through the weekend.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Well, love to all.
Yes.
I will. You too. Thanks, honey. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Now, how do I hang up?
There should be I don't know. I can go remove. That should do it.
Thank you.
Next.
I'll just close the app. Okay.
Oh, it was so good to have her on, even though some of the noise was a little, noise, look, it's only sounds. It adds ambiance of a different sort. We haven't had that before, so that's good. And Trina, thank you, ladies, such a joy. Look, it really is fun to be able to be here and do live streaming anyway, with the amount of technology. Foiled again. Look at that baby, isn't she gorgeous? Or is it he? Anyway, it is lovely to have the technology that we do have, and it really creates that variety of ways that we can actually tap into asking questions in whatever field. It doesn't matter, whatever industry. You look through YouTube and you put up your question of how do I, and you've got millions of choices of whatever variety of instruction you need, guidance with, specific steps in how to cook a pie, or, create a project with woodworking, pottery, anything, how to do your marketing on internet, start a new startup business. There's so much that we've got available to us. And it really is why we can become so overwhelmed, confused in what we're doing in life. There is an overload of information that we're able to tap into. And I can understand why we need to just take the breath and actually give ourselves that break. Just stop thinking about what's next and spending that time in that space that is you, to just, it's just feel your presence in your body in whatever environment you're in. So here, if I was just sitting here and closed my eyes, I could actually go off it, because I do it that way. Just let the shoulders drop and close the eyes and take some breaths, and I'm off in a different world, a different land, just being able to spend that time. It takes some practice. It did take a long time to actually stop that monkey mind type factor of always overthinking things and having to think what's next, not what's next. I need to do, blah, 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 blah. It's the whole realm of that. And being able to just take the breaths. Now, I've just got here, Sonia, you're saying, sorry with your question, didn't hear what you said. Now, your question was around seeing your boyfriend lasting into the long term. Yes. But what I had, because Leanne had, yes, it is going to be long term. And my instant response was, no, it's not. It was differed. It differed from what Leanne's was, as in a definite yes, no type answer. But that's not what relationships are about. And I'd mentioned about putting into what you put into relationships is what you're going to get out of it. And instead of thinking of how long is it going to last, enjoy the moments you have now. Grow and build what you share together in those loving aspects of what is relationship of boyfriend, girlfriend. Enjoy any of the interaction that's the intimacy. I've had to think of how to pronounce the word. And all that is involved in building and sharing and loving and, with such an intimate relationship. As long as it takes is how long it's going to be. Is it going to be the rest of your lifetime? Who knows? But it certainly is going to put the expectation that you want from it into it and grow it that way. So that's what I was feeling as we were answering that question at the time. So thanks for asking it. Now, it is coming up to, I know it's not quite the full hour that I'm going to be spending with you, unless, of course, someone wants to have one of the sphericals. Oh, here we've got someone who's coming in from YouTube. And Amanda, you're on the YouTube one. You feel like you're the one that has to bring up the pain in your family. Now, just going to do a quick scoot back to see what your initial first comment was, if it's still there, and it might be that it's gone past it. Amanda, can you just write again what your initial question was, just in case it's not on my, I can't see it at the moment now. So what was it that you were initially bringing up with feeling like that you're the one has to bring up the family stuff? Help to get them through it. Help them get through the pain. One of the things that I've noticed over my life so far, and it's not to say it's an extremely different from most people's lives. We all go through our family experiences in whatever way. It was a good, look, I hate to say it in the way that it is, but, middle class, I'm obviously, whatever you call it, westernized, Caucasian, however they describe people when you see the police shows, all that sort of stuff. It's, it feels normal. And each time something happens in a family, in general, you hope that they pull together and get through it with the pain and everything. Look, it could be that it's just that you are feeling that urgency of needing to be the helper each time. And it could be that it's something you've picked up by choice, as much as it might be an unconscious choice, but that it's part of who you are to be a carer and helper. And at times it can feel like you're the only one doing that. But are you actually allowing anyone else in the family to take their responsibility of dealing with their own pain? We need to have those challenges in life at times to actually grow our muscles. Unless you don't use your own muscles, you're not going to be able to, you can't have someone, I'm getting confused in how I'm expressing this. You can't do someone else's muscle building for them. They actually have to work their muscles to have them build up. So it's the same sort of thing in the responsibility factor of feeling like that we have to get it done or no one else will do it. But you need to breathe through that self-expectation that you've got to do it and let it go. Don't. Allow them to have that pain. Allow them to express it in whatever way their emotions are, and just love and care for them, but don't do it for them, so that they are actually using their emotional muscles to be able to grow and work through it the next time it happens, so that it's not always you feeling that compulsion to do it for everybody else. I know it's sounding like advice and everything. It can be overwhelming, but that's why you would need to have it breathed through and let it go. It's not your responsibility if it's not. Check in with yourself, and ask, is it really mine, or am I going to need to leave it for them to deal with their own stuff? You wish you could have an energy protection field or something. There are techniques that you can actually use to help you move through that frustration of needing to do someone else's work, of feeling that it's your responsibility, of even having it not come to you in the first place. And, it can be a white light protection barrier around you so that you're not attracting that type of responsibility or feeling. But then you're not actually building up your own muscles in that you're acting on something that you don't need to act on, so that you need to actually have, the little practice each time of saying, no, you need to be doing that yourself. No, you need to be doing that yourself. Or even just the practice of saying, look, is this my issue or is it theirs? And then build it up to saying, no, I'm not going to do that, and pass it back. Even the technique that I've used before as well of holding up a metaphorical mirror and saying, I no longer accept this as being my responsibility. This is yours. When you're holding a mirror between the energy of the other person and you. That has worked at times. Not every technique will work every time for every situation. It's just discerning and finding out which one does. And it creates a great practice in trusting that what you're doing is working as well. So thank you for that, Amanda. Yep. And Terry, you're going to be the first one that I'm going to draw a spherical out for. So I've just got the bag, just doing that, a rattle. And here's the number because I'm doing all this one-handed. This will finish off the session for the show for tonight. What you've got's a 23. There you go, 23. Oh, I can't keep holding that up, but 23. You all saw that. I'll quickly whiz out the book and hope I don't strain my wrist getting to page 23. Guess what that is? It is, now I can't hold it up, possibility. I'm not going to make you read it, but what I'm going to do is read it's the best way to predict the future is to create it. And that was a quote by a Peter Drucker. And the teaching of this one is in the way of, this teaching is about stepping outside of your present way of thinking and seeing a new future for your work. Keep in mind, this is designed to be a business tool. Can you imagine running your business using a bowl with numbers on it and a guidebook? I did that for a while, and it was just so much fun and amazing how much relevance there was in it. So I'll keep reading. So it's time to open up to a shift in what you see as possible. Not because you have proof it will happen, because you are willing to be responsible for creating it. So innovation comes from people who are willing to go beyond accepted beliefs. So you're breaking the barriers. You're ready to see what no one's seen before in some area of your work. So this spherical's come to you to encourage you to declare your vision and lead those around you in making it happen. So yay for new ideas and going beyond the box, outside the box. So, yeah, good number. As I drew it out, I thought, shit, oh, look, I've got to stop these naughty words. That was Harvey's birthday date. He was born on the 23rd of September. As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, yeah, I can't get away from that. So many years. All good. All good. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you very much for being patient as far as what was a little bit difficult sound competition there with Leanne coming in. But that's okay. We will cope with it next week as well. If it's going to be a little bit like that, I'll see what else we might be able to do with this volume sound or something. And that's okay, Terry. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And especially for how you're handling those who are the spammy troll peoples that are ever present and getting worse in our shows. It's not nice to say, thank goodness it's not just ours. I think it's something that should be more controlled at the source by Facebook. I don't know how they would do that, because there's certainly many other psychic mediums who are being hit this way. Whether it's a bot or what, I don't know. But just report and still, yeah, some comments there. And still do what you can at your end to report and ban or delete or whatever you can. So we are aware of it. So thank you very much. And thank you, Louisa, for being here. And thank you so much for the wonderful healing energies that everyone's expressing for me. I'm sure it will pass, as all things do. With bodies, they're an amazing vessel that we're in. As much as we might be sometimes too, oh, Sarah, thank you. Beautiful emojis. As mayors, sometimes we might not like what we see in front of the mirror. It is unique. It is you, and it is beautiful. This is a physical body we're living in, but our essence is our soul. It's the spirit that's within us that is the true essence of who we are. That soul. Connect with it occasionally. Have a chat. Have fun. And be the best person that you can be. I'm going to leave it there now and see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on the mytimetv.live. I do my daily card, the Lenormand card spread. And next week it will still be at 8:30, ready for another session with Leanne. She does have Wednesday nights too. Anyway, we'll leave it there and bye for now.